So 45.0 grams, in interpreting the problem, it seems clear that's the starting amount. So we're going to put 45.0 grams of H2O. You could just put the word water. It's perfectly okay to do that. At least at this point in time it is. And we're going to put the starting amount over 1. Almost all the math we do in here, at least in this point in time, we're going to start with the starting amount over 1. Any conversions we do, we'll start with the starting amount over 1. Now later in the semester we'll do some other math problems where you're not actually converting, you're doing something else, but that's a different thing. But if we're doing conversions, that's what this problem is, converting, then we're starting with the starting amount over 1. So what we have here is a ratio written as a fraction up here that's going to become our conversion. Okay? So what you have to know is if the molar mass, so the symbol for molar mass can be written as mm if you wanted to, not m and m, by the way. The molar mass of H2O then.
How do we know that that's not millimeters?
Because as I've written it, it means that this is a variable and not a unit of measurement. If I put mm after a number, then it's a unit of measurement. Okay? So molar mass then is 18.0135 grams per mole. That means then, you have to know that what this means is that 18.0135 grams of H2O is equal to 1 mole of H2O. You have to know that. That's your equality statement for what you're going to build here. Got to put the equality statement? Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But then you could make it up, right? So, all right. So then we're going to look and see, all right, in our starting amount, or with our starting amount, we have this unit of measurement and this species. And what we want for a conversion is to have the same unit and species on the bottom here. But this unit and species comes with a number from the equality statement. So the side of the equality statement that has the same units and species is this left side. Grams water, grams water. So this number needs to go on the bottom with the units and species. And then the other side of the equality statement goes on the top of the conversion unit. Okay? And so the question is, how many moles will that be? If I cancel the units and species in the problem that can be canceled, I will be left with moles of the species I'm looking for. Okay, moles of water. So grams are going to be canceled, water is going to be canceled. I'm left with moles of water, and I'm looking for moles of water. Okay? That make sense? And that's the beauty of this dimensional analysis process. Basically, you're checking your setup work even before you solve it. All right? So, now we're ready to do the math. Let me get my calculator out here. You can leave it. You can write MOL. Yeah, I haven't told you that before. At this point in time in the semester, I usually try to keep the E's on there. Okay. So let's see, 45.0 divided by 18.0135. And so the moles, these moles haven't been canceled. We've still got to have them on this side of the equal sign. And the H2O hasn't been canceled. We need to keep it over here. And now we're ready to round it off. And the rules we learned about yesterday were that you're going to look at the measured and calculated numbers. And only look at the measured and calculated numbers in a multiplication and division problem like this. This is the measured number. This is the calculated number. The ones here are either placekeepers or they're counted numbers. They're infinitely significant. We're going to ignore them. Okay? So for this measured number, there's 3 significant digits. Okay? For this calculated number, there's 6 significant digits. And what we want to do is to have our final answer have the same number of digits as the number with the least, the measured or calculated number with the least digits, and that's this number right here. So we want 3 digits in our final answer. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to underline from the 8 on over. Then we're going to draw an arrow, and the arrow is a a mathematical operator, like the times sign or an equal sign, and it communicates to the person who's looking at this that you are rounding off. Okay, that's the mathematical operation you're doing. So this 8 right here causes this 9 to round up. Now 9 rounded up becomes a 10. The 1 carries over here. I get 2.50. And moles of H2O. And that's the final answer for this particular problem. Okay? So let's count up the number of points we're going to have for this. Some of my markers are missing. I think somebody came by my desk one day last semester and just stole my markers. Anyway, so we got a point for having the number here, 45.0 grams H2O, and you got points for canceling out both of those. So that's 5 points, and you put it over 1, so that's 6. You multiply it, that's 7. You have 1 mole H2O on the top, so that makes 10. 18.0153 grams in water on the bottom, plus the 2 cancellations, so that's a total of 15 points, I think. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. An equal sign, an unrounded answer. Now, you may have a few less digits on the end over here because your calculator doesn't show that many digits. That's okay. But you have the unrounded answer. You have units and species. You underline the insignificant digits. You have an arrow showing you rounding off, and the final number, rounded off number, units and species. Okay? So let's see, I said all this was 15, then 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, I also have down here the equality statement, number, unit, species equals number, unit, species. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, oh, left out that, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's say there was a 25 up here, plus 7, that'd be 32 points total. Is that right? All right, so on the top of the paper you're grading, in addition to making the corrections and helping the person whose paper you're grading know what they left out or should have done. So if they didn't write down the equality statement, you need to write it down for them and say, you got to have this in great big block letters, okay? Got to have this, all right? Equality statements are required. And then show them what they did wrong on the paper so when they get ready to study for the test, they've got that information there. And put the total points at the top of the page in a box, kind of like I put one here. Yes?
Okay, on 45.0, does it matter